Arise Counseling Center is a place where I do everything. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, in a little city called Oak Cliff, Texas. And in Oak Cliff, it was kind of what we would say more of the ghetto, more of the hood, more of the urban area. And it was a place where everyone kind of, you had your drug dealers and you had, gang life, you had all these things. So growing up in schools that way, you tend to gravitate towards that type of behavior, My parents were on drugs, both parents. So I had to move in with my grandmother, and she had to raise me because my mother was addicted to crack cocaine. Growing up and my father wasn't there, I looked for love. And so I tried to find love in a man because I didn't have love from my father. So I remember just going in and out of broken relationships and being abused emotionally. Domestic violence. One of my main programs is domestic violence prevention, which is a BIP program for anyone, male or female, that has been arrested or got a charge for domestic violence. I work with the court system, CPS. I work with DWI clients, anyone that's been charged with a DWI, marijuana intervention, anyone dealing with drug addiction. So basically, I say it's life skills, helping people to change their life.
I feel a lot better. Like I mentioned, I think this was part of God's plan. Actually, nobody else's plan. It wasn't the judge's plan. It was God's plan from the beginning, because this is the only way I would have got a hold of my anger, and this is the only way I would have learned it. And no other way. I had to be forced.
Helping people better understand relationships, helping people with other things they may need help with, such as anti-theft, anger management, DWI, drug intervention. But we mostly focus on relationships. BIP, that's our main thing that we do, is domestic violence is better as intervention prevention. That's what we mostly focus on at Arise Counseling. So we have so many clients through the years that sometimes they teach me some things, about, how to best solve certain situations. So I can't just say it's by the book totally, because some things each case is different.
I wasn't really into therapy as much. I started going, the first week was really nervous, really nervous. And as the weeks progressed, I started opening, and I learned a couple of things about myself and started changing my ways. And I think this really did make a difference in my life, and as well as for my family and friends around me, building bridges and rebuilding bonds. I feel 100% more opening. I can talk about feelings and not hide away let my pride get the best of me. It's more, I thought of it as a punishment, but it's more of understanding to people and understanding how to communicate with just about anyone.
Most of my clients, 90% of them are male. So, and when it comes down to custody, most males, they end up not getting their children. They're not full custodial parents of the children. They go through basically everything that I went through on the opposite side. And so that's why I'm able to relate to most of my clients. I know what they're going through when they're going through custody battles, and because I went through it all.
So it's things like, maybe just say if you approach a person and a person gets angry, I know how to control it and move around and just say, well, I think I'm gonna do things differently than I did before. So that's how I think the people at Arius does for me. And I really enjoy them, and I was referred by them by my attorney. But, I'm glad he sent me this way, because I'm learning a lot.
The root is God. The root is love, and the root is compassion, because again, I've been through the same thing. So everyone that I hire at my company, I try to hire people that have maybe been arrested before. I try to hire people that understand. So when they come through the door, the difference between another facility is, I believe, love and compassion, and the willingness to want to see them get better. Because I made it out, you can make it out.
If that person is being abusive, they should seek help as much as you should seek help about how to best handle the situation so that you don't deteriorate physically, spiritually, emotionally, or psychologically.
With the website is arisecounselingcenter.org. Dallas number is 214-278-4446. Houston number is 832-946-2556, or they can email arisecenter3@gmail.com. I work with Child Protective Services. I work with Harris County, both Dallas County. I am licensed in Texas. I work with probation officers, parole officers. I work with attorneys and judges. So those are most of my clients. So they're court ordered to come. So basically, if they don't come and do the classes, they can go to jail.
Oh, don't ignore the warning signs. We tend to want to, fix or work on our partner or tough through it. But don't ignore the warning signs because it could have a toll on your emotional, physical, and spiritual and psychological health.
And I just hope anyone else who have a problem with it will come this way and, reach out to these guys, because these guys really like spiritual, kind of help you people,